Hey everybody, and welcome back to Mel's Board Game Room, which is sponsored by Games and Couples, which is part of Cartreat online counseling services. They do online counseling for couples, using a lot of board games as a tool to help couples work together and come together, which is amazing in my opinion. So be sure to check them out. I'll make sure that their ads is in the comments below. So this is a game haul video. I just came back from Cartreat. So my friend Carla runs her little convention at a restaurant, and most of these aren't from that event per se, but since Christmas I had purchased a lot of games that different people had got for me, and I purchased a few games for my friend John that Carla was holding for me as well. So there was a lot of games waiting for me there, and I'm gonna show you those. First of all, I purchased Chai. Now, I already own Chai. This is a second copy because this is actually going to be a birthday gift for my sister. She doesn't really watch my channel, so I'm not worried about her seeing it. It's still going to be a surprise. We played it at the Tabletop YYC gaming event, the Calgary board game tabletop day that they held. And I showed this to her and we played it then. And then I pulled it out like a few more times throughout the weekend. So she really enjoyed it. I know this is going to be a great gift that she's going to really enjoy. And this has the really ornate cups and the metal coins. So it's just going to be perfect. Now, I got secondhand copy because it is impossible to find a new copy right now. I even contacted the designers and they're out until they get another printing going. So secondhand it is, but then she doesn't have to wait and she has her own copy of Chai. So that doesn't count because, you know, it's not even for me. Another thing that I picked up there is Conspiracy. So this is by Renegade Games, and it's one of those games that you can find at the Dollarama in Canada for $5. So I haven't come across them yet myself, but my friend Greg did, and he picked this copy up for me. So thank you so much, Greg. I looked just a tiny little bit into it. It looks very interesting. It says every agency wants it, only one will get it. So it looks like we're secret agencies kind of competing for something. So it looks really interesting. So far, most of the games that I've purchased from the Dollarama $5 games, like was a lot of yellow games, I've enjoyed all of them. So can't go wrong for $5, right? So I got this one. Another one that I got, and I had played this one for the first time at the ELO game that was had a kind of a table set up at the Tabletop YYC game day, and I played this one. I enjoyed it. My sister bought a copy, and then there was in the after Christmas sales, this one was on sale, so my friend was putting an order, so okay, if anybody wants to add to it, so I got After Us. This one was so interesting. It's a deck building game, but what's really neat and interesting is you need to combine the cards in whatever order you want, but you're trying to create rectangles. Like you're trying to complete these rectangles, and then when you do, you get to collect what's in there or activate what's in there. It was so interesting. We enjoyed playing it so much. We actually enjoyed we played it a couple of times throughout that weekend. So now I have my own copy and we can play this some more. After Us. Then what else? So one of my friend gifted me a gift card from Pimento Way Games in Edmonton, which is a really great game store. Be sure to check them out at Pimento Way. I'll make sure their link is in the comment as well. And she got me a gift card. So One Deck Galaxy. Now I own One Deck Dungeon and I have played it to death. I went to New Brunswick and brought it because it's so compact, it's easy to bring. And then me and my cousin, because there has like different campaign you can go through, so we kind of did like all the different scenarios as a campaign, and we ended up playing this for a week straight from noon to midnight almost every day. So it was amazing. Really loved it. That was such great memories I created with my cousin. So when the Galaxy one came out, I'm like, I need this one too. I opened it. It's the same dice. Like everything is going to be just so amazing with this one. So that was, part of my Christmas gift from my friend. So thank you, Carla. Merry Christmas to me. And I finally got to pick up my copy. So One Deck Galaxy, super excited for that one. Then what else did I get? Another one from the sales they had after Christmas. Oh, I just dropped one of the games. So I'll have to grab that one. I'm showing this one. Now, I had played this one with my friend Sasha, had come and visit me, and he brought his copy that he had picked up at Essen, and that is Swindler, because it wasn't available in North America yet. It is now, so it was really interesting because it was like pickpocketing almost, and you kind of decide where you would do it, but then as things came out of the bag, there was less in it until they went to the thrift store and kind of sell their goods that they've collected, so then that would go back in. And it was kind of an interesting as to where do you think there's more goods and where you're going to go and how much you can draw, and really interesting. I really enjoyed when we played this one. So I got my own copy so I can play it again. And I'm a little vague about it because it's been over a year since I played it. But I got my own copy now so we can get it played again. Yeah, it's quick. 45 to 60 minutes, 2 to 4 players. Swindler. Okay, so far, none of these games counts because they weren't for me. They were gift or they were purchased before Christmas. Because I don't know if you followed us, but me and Carla decided that it would be a great idea to put a restriction on our purchasing of board games. So we've decided that to buy any games, we need to have 3 played off the shelf for shame, in a way to make sure that we played our unplayed games and to make sure that we don't go out of control with our purchasing. So yeah, I guess so far, like, it doesn't look like I've followed this rule, but I am actually on track with that. I have played more games off my shelf for shame than I have purchased, but we're not counting the games that have been purchased before the New Year's, so keep that in mind. Okay, now, which one am I going to show you next? This one. So last year, I was trying to do one of the challenges I was trying to do is the alphabet challenge, where you play one letter from each alphabet. And I had purchased XCOM, which is down here. So I had purchased XCOM to do my X challenge, but it was the last week of the year. That was the only letter I had left. And I started looking into this game, and I was just like, and I was in like vacation mode and everything was mellow. We're going from event to event for Christmas. And it was just like, I don't want to learn something so heavy. So I purchased a different game instead. Now, if you realize, I didn't complete my challenge because I just now brought this game home. But this is Xcode. Ah, man, it says mission in front of it. I hope it still counts as X. I think it does in BGG, because otherwise I would just count Legendary Encounters X files, which I'm not because it doesn't come up under the X. But anyways, now Mission Xcode is a game that I had before, and I played it, and I did enjoy it. And for some reason, I got rid of it. I think my sister ended up with it. But this is a cooperative game. Now, if you're ever looking for like a team building exercise, this one is amazing for this, because you need to have the cards in different places, but you all have different cards, and you have to send the cards one way or another in order to get it to the person who can play it. But the cards can only go one way. So you really need to communicate as a team, and then and you can't just give person a card. You got to trade the cards. It was so interesting. It's chaotic. It's real-time play. I personally really like that. And plays how many players here? 2 to 8 players. So it's a nice, for a larger group, it's a nice game to play. So really enjoy this one. Mission Xcodes. I'm hoping to get this one played again. All righty, what else? So my friend John had been selling a few games, and I did pick a few up from him. So one that I grabbed is Mint Works. Now, all I know about this is it's tiny and it's a worker placement game. I heard lots of good things. It gets really good reviews. I just never played it myself. But it's always one that has been on my radar. So he was selling a copy, so I'm like, yep, that's meant to be. So I now have Mint Works. And then I also bought from him, oh my, Streets. So This is another one that I hear lots of good things about. I really know almost nothing about it. It's kind of cool the way the shape of the box, because I mean on the Calyx, if you put it like this, it's almost no space at all, right? And it's 1 to 5 players, 30 to 60 minutes. It looks interesting. Like I mentioned, I've heard about this game. I just don't really know a whole lot about it. It's a tile laying game where players build a city together, one building at a time. So is it cooperative then, or is there one winner? Interesting. So I'm excited to see. And oh, there's I skipped the rule book and watched a video. QR code on here, so that's good. So that's Street. All right, what else did we get? Let me pick up the one that fell off the table. Okay, so I actually ended up playing this one just the other day, so it was so good. And I'm glad I got this one. And that's Catan the dice game. So I'm a fan of Catan. Now, Lee really likes Catan. The problem with Catan now is this is one game he would want to play, and most of my gamer friends won't play this one anymore. Now, I still like Catan. I will play this one pretty much anytime. We have a lot of variation of Catans as well. So Star Trek Catan, we have Seafarers, we have Traders and Barbarian. I've played Starfarers, which was really good. And then Catan the dice game, and that was so cool. So it's a roll and write, and you have the maps that you can play on map 1 or map 2. Map 2 is pretty much like Catan. You build roads, you build your settlements. Settlements are worth 1 point, cities are worth 2, but you need to kind of build up to be able to do those. Map 1 is a little bit more like you can build roads. Each road are worth 1 point. You can build your knights. Each knight's going to give you access to a resource that you can spend once, and they're going to be worth points. Now, every settlement is worth 3, then 5, or 4, and then 5, and so on. So the more you build, the more points each are going to be worth. City starts at 7, then it's at 12 points. So the more you build, again, the more it's worth. It's not just 1 and 2 points. So it was so neat. I really enjoyed it. Completely luck-driven game because it's a dice game. So you're just at the mercy of the rolls, but sometimes it's just easy to get to the table and it's just fun. So Catan the dice game is now on my shelf. Okay, then I also bought from my friend Startup. So when I was at Cartreat last time, Roberta Turler was there and she brought this game and we ended up playing it. This is like a party game. And it was so interesting because you're buying shares into this company and you're bidding for shares into the company, but you got to be careful because the goal is you want to have majority shares so that you control this company. Now, at the end of the round, whoever has the most share gets points for that. Everybody who has shares in that company, but not majority, have to give that player points. That's how they get the points. So you would lose your own points for it. So you want to have majority, but you don't want to have interest in the other companies if you don't have the majority, ideally. So it was really interesting. Simple card game, nice little oink box. So I really enjoy this one. So that was Startup. Okay. Then while I was at Cartreat, they ended up playing a couple of times Dice Veggies. So I saw them play the one time. Then the one guy that was playing it said, okay, I'm going to Wizard's Loft, which is an amazing board game store out of Red Deer. So if you're in Red Deer, be sure to stop by there. But they was going to Wizard's Loft to see if they had his veggies. And then my friend Ashley was like, oh, wait, I'll go with you. And then I was like, hey, if you're going, look for this one for me. Now I also had her look for Trio, which is also known as Nana from Japan. They didn't have that one, unfortunately, because that would have been amazing. But I did get a copy of Dice Veggies, and I've since played it with my stepdaughter, Lily, and she quite enjoyed this one. It's just satisfying to have all the dice, and you have that little cardboard cleaver, and you kind of dice up the dice out of the group of ingredients, and you're putting all these recipes together. It is neat. It is so fun. Really like this one. So Dice Veggies I ended up purchasing while at Cartreat. And then the day before going to Cartreat, my friend Kayla tagged me on Facebook Marketplace saying, hey, Melanie, weren't you looking for this game? I have too many enablers in my life. This is why I have so many board games. But so I ended up getting Farshore, Everdell. I still haven't played Everdell. This is the only Everdell game I have played so far. But being from a fishing village, the theme of this just has such a homey feel to me that I love it. You have the seashell that has like the shiny pearly kind of finish to it. Then you have the sea glass that has that shadowy look to it. I have picked up sea glass on the beach so much in my youth and recently every time I go back home. The seaweed that has like the rubbery gross texture and mushrooms, which okay, whatever. But then you have the little like lobster meeples and seagull meeples, and I was like, okay, I'm sold. I need this game. It was amazing. And the gameplay was super good. So I now have my own copy. Super excited for this. So that was Farshore. I also, now every time she has her event, Carla has a table designated to selling games. Anybody who's selling games can put them there. They put the price and their name on it so people can kind of go and look and see if anybody wants to buy anything. This game, I picked up and put back, and I picked up and put back, and I've been humming and hawing, and I've been wanting to buy this, but I didn't know much about it. I said, maybe I won't. And then my friend Travis was selling it. Now, me and Travis are currently doing our top 100, so be sure to check that out. But so, Call to Adventure is now a proud resident of my board game collection. No, it looks amazing. The cards are nice, huge tarot-sized cards. They look great. You have these little plastic runes, and then just the box like has like a container with the lid that holds everything, and then you lift that out, and then the cards are underneath. So that's what won me over. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll grab this one. So this one also followed me home. Call to Adventure, but I am very excited to give this one a try. It says, craft your hero, choose your path, claim your destiny. So I think you kind of like create a story as you play the game. So should be interesting. I am super excited for this. Then a few games followed me home, but these are lent to me. So Carla put this in the bag. She says, okay, well, you might as well give this one a try. So it's the couple quiz. And technically, you play this game a bit like a show host, like or a TV show, and you would have, what am I trying to say here? Like a TV game show or something. But it's, you can compete couples against couples, and it's which couples know each other the best. And you have all these kind of funny questions that you would go through and then see if you can guess how your partner would answer, and if they can guess how you would answer as well. And then you go through these other questions to where you see how well matched you are. Will you answer the same way? And then you'll have that one. And then at the end, you have 5 hard questions that you need to answer. And that one was hilarious because when me and Lee played this, we played this, was it last night, the night before? Like just a couple days ago. The hard question that came up is, name your partner's first cousins by name. So I'm a French Acadian, so Catholic French Acadian. So family background, we have a really large family. My mom's from a family of 12. My dad's from a family of 9. I have 40 cousins that don't really live really in this province. I have a few that lives here, but they're most all back in the Maritimes. So out of 40, he named 2, maybe 3. So mind you, I think he has quite a bit less, and I could describe them by, oh, there's this one guy that lives in Saskatchewan that his aunt lives in Calgary, and we met up with her once, but I couldn't remember his name. So Lee ended up winning this game. He knows me better, apparently, but it was a really just neat, fun, silly game to play as a couple or as a group of different couples to see, you know, which couple knows each other best. So that was a neat one. Then I was talking about this one, so Carla lent it to me to give it a try because I saw this one at Walmart a few times and I kind of wanted to get it, but she said, oh, I have it. I'm done with it. So I'll lend it to you and then you can just give it back after. So it's Who Killed Maya? So it's one of those murder mystery games. I am really enjoying those ones where you kind of just go through all the evidence and the, scripts of all the interrogation that took place, and you're trying to solve the crime. So this one is you're solving the murder of Maya Star. So it says watch a playback of the live streamed murder. So there's actual like app driven base on this one a bit. Tear open 3 packs of top secret evidence. Then you exonerate suspects and discover who killed Maya. So it looks really neat. I know I enjoy this series anyways, or these type of games, because I've done so many and I like them so much. So I'm excited to give this one a try as well. And just for the record, I am a terrible detective. Most of the time I discover who the killer is, but it's never smooth. And some of the times it's because I just try again because I didn't guess right the first 2 or 3 times. So there's a crime and you need help solving it, don't call me. I'm no use to you. Then I also borrowed this one from my friend Carla because 2024 is the Year of the Dragon, so I want to do a tally of my dragon games, and I haven't played that many dragon games, so I need to play a few more. And I borrowed Flamecraft from my friend Carla, so I've heard lots about this one. Now, from what I understand, it's a fairly big game, but it's quite light. So I'm going in knowing and expecting that. I haven't played it yet because, as I said, I just picked it up. But it looks cute. It looks neat. You got these cute little dragon bits there. So I'm excited to give this one a try and see if it's going to make my top dragon games. So Flamecraft. And then, speaking of dragon, I had a box at the post office. Oh, it's heavy. So technically, the box arrived yesterday, so normally I would run over and pick this up instantly because I'm so excited about it, but my kid had borrowed the car, so he had my car keys, which also has my post office box key. So I had to wait. Oh, the horror. But here it is. It's here today, and I get to unbox it. So I will be honest, waited to do this video until this was here, so I could put this in the video as well. And you probably guessed what it is, too. But it is, oh my God, it's heavy. Wyrmspan. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so Wingspan, but with dragons. And from what I understand, it plays quite a bit different. Same Miller mechanism, but you gotta have a cave in order to be able to put your dragon in. So the resource things are also different. I'm really excited to see how it plays differently. It looks beautiful. This game is super heavy, so there's tons of component in here, you can tell. And we also got the upgraded component. And I say we, there's 2 copies here. So one of them is for myself. One of them is for my friend Carla. So she's coming over next week to come and grab her copy as well. It was so bad I had to wait a day. She has to wait to make all the way to Acme to be able to get her copy. So I feel for you, Carla. But yeah, these look great. So we got these metal coins, the nice wooden bits. I am so excited to play this one. So this is great. So these are the games that have joined my collection recently. Now I can go through finding homes for them because I was leaving everything on the table until I got this video done. So that's good. The video is done. We can move on with our lives. Let me know if you've played any of these, what your thoughts are, and yeah, if you have any dragon games you would recommend that I play other than these 2. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.